Now, I do know it has been a hot second, but I don't remember being white. Hang on, is this me? Hello? That is Peachy Banjo, that is not some other character. So, what happened in this situation then? Much better, maybe? You could say much better. I know the skin makes me look like Santa Claus, who was left abandoned on an island by himself for the better part of 16 years. That's not what I had in mind when I designed the skin. But I also designed this almost 2 years ago at this point, which is kind of funky to think about. But yeah, it has been a while, and I would go into a big monologue spiel thingy about why I've been gone, but honestly, given my history with just incredibly infrequent uploading, I don't even think I need to explain anything to you anymore. It just happens, and neither one of us can explain why, and you just have to deal with it. That being said, this is probably going to be the last upload until at least January, maybe February. I can never say that, because it has the R in it, right? So it's February, but it's hard to say quickly. February. There we go. But yeah, this is probably going to be the last upload until January, and perhaps February. So it has to be a good one, because we all know that the one that happened yesterday, that is not going to cut it as a final upload for 2021. So, we need to get something done in this episode. What we're getting done? I haven't the slightest idea. So look at my forehead. It looks like my hair just got, like, bleached into my skin or something. Oh no, I don't remember this skin being this bizarre. I watched one of Noble's videos the other day, and he is indeed correct. After 2 months, 3 months, I don't even know how long it's been. After a long time of not recording any videos, it is incredibly difficult to just start talking to yourself again. Because right, most people who do talk to themselves, they don't realize they're doing it. Either that, or they're talking to somebody imaginary. But I'm just talking to myself in the room by myself in a video that will eventually get uploaded, and maybe, I don't even know, maybe this part won't even make it into the video. If it does make it into the video, congrats, you feel special now because you get to see this scene that I may or may not decide to include. Anyway, we have things to do today. We updated to 1.18, which yes, I'm aware it has been out for a while, but we are no longer just playing the snapshots. We are now officially in version 1.18. Means a lot of new exciting things. We did update to the first updatable snapshots a few episodes back. Why world no loading peas? Okay, we did update to the last updatable snapshot a few episodes back, but we never really did anything in the area that we were at. I mean, actually, I can show you what I did. I was doing some building the other day, and perhaps you can see where I was building if I perch myself up here. Yeah, I tore it all down. Now the land is like very flat. But I did have a building that was here. There was going to be a bit of it that came out over here. It was going to be a fun building, but then I actually decided to not have that building. That's actually like my biggest delay and problem with making these episodes. It's not because I'm an incredibly busy person. Quite the contrary, actually. It is simply because I very often do not have any ideas. Let's take this bed. I very often do not have any ideas of what I want to do this episode, and I don't like making episodes that are just like only exploring or only mining or whatever. So I don't like watching those kinds of videos from other people, so I don't see why other people would. I don't see why other people would either. And again, some people watch anime, so anyway, I have I have resolved myself to build something here today. I was thinking of some sort of like Christmassy things we could build, I suppose. Right? Because it is getting dangerously close to Christmas. So, I'm thinking we build a quote-unquote Santa's workshop-esque kind of thing here. I really don't know what to put in it. Maybe we can make... What we could do, okay, is kind of like make this a Christmas village, kind of, sort of. I'm not going to get very far on this project today. I'm thinking we have a lane in the middle of here made of like snow and powdered snow and all that fun things. And we can have candy canes over top, right? We have candy canes over and you can walk in the road and it'll be fun and snowy. And we can put some little buildings on the side and we can have like kind of a Christmas alleyway. That could be a cool thing. However, to do this, you're all going to get angry at me for this, but to do this, we are going to do some incredibly illegal things. You ready for this? We are now in creative. So I want this episode to kind of be, I'm going to grab a sponge because those are always useful. I want this episode to kind of be a more talky, buildy episode. I just kind of want to. I very often go off on random tangents, so I think it'd be nice to just dedicate an entire video to sort of the tangent lifestyle. Now we have all this. Wouldn't the allay be useful to pick up all these items? Which, by the way, allay wasn't what I was rooting for, but I mean, it won, so. Okay, what we are going to do here is a combination of snow blocks, and powdered snow buckets. The easiest way to make this kind of trail, and I think I'm going to branch it off from this just because it's going to be easier, is you just randomly click, and you kind of want to like, because you want it to stay inconsistently consistent, or I guess consistently inconsistent. So you always kind of want it to be about the same width. So like here, I'm trying to keep it 3 blocks wide. I don't ever want it to be like places like this. That is only a 2 block wide gap. So we're going to get rid of that. That looks unnatural. So we get rid of that. And you can just see how this kind of works. I think we're going to have this go down into here maybe. That could be a thing. And what you don't want to end up doing is having the pathway look like if this is your pathway, you don't want to have it end up just looking like that, because that does not look like an actual pathway would even exist there. That just looks like you very purposely put the pathway there, which is not something. I mean, you did do that, right? But you don't want the unintelligent to know that. I'm going to go around and fill the rest of these gaps with concrete powder. I think concrete powder is actually a closer color to snow than actual snow is. Because actual snow isn't this bright and blue. And I should know, because I have a lot of snow where I live. All of the snow has been placed in. It's time to start thinking about the buildings. I'm going to mark them out. Let's just use some simple cobblestone, right? Simple cobblestone will always work. They're not going to be very big buildings. We can have, for example, I need to be careful to make them odd numbered. We can have one right there. We can have a very small building that has nothing in it right here. This will just kind of be like a connector building almost. More buildings right there. So there's building number 3. And building number 4, I feel like we can have be kind of a weird diagonal one. Kind of one that comes out like that. That is going to be an absolute pain to build. But it is going to exist, and I just have to accept that fact. And I'm not going to put any other building layouts in here just yet, because I think that is all we are going to get accomplished today. So for now, I'm going to start putting in doors. The 3 good types of doors are as follows: oak, spruce, and dark oak. You may use nothing else. I think for this one, now obviously these are not going to be like, I'm probably going to delete these doors so I can just change the ground underneath them. But this is just a general sense of where the entrance to the building is going to be. We'll have some double doors there. This diagonal building is going to have to, the only place you can enter from is there, so that's going to have to be it. Also, some of these are going to be inaccessible because of the snow, but I think that's fairly realistic anyway. And then we could do a big one here. There we go. That is a design. I think I want to work on this building first. But yeah, now we have all the doors laid out, so now we actually know where we can start putting things in. There is our first design, kind of. I need to put these trapdoors in real quick. And look at that, we already have the beginnings of a facade. I think for this one, we have dripstone, ever so occasionally. So here, I'm going to lay out what I'm thinking for this building. We have, it's going to be pretty symmetrical building, although the back doesn't really matter much. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. You're going to have to get covered up somehow. Here, there you go. Yeah, that sort of shape for the building. And then perhaps just a square in the middle on top. I think that'll work. Let me build this out real quick. Now, I did originally intend only to build that one house and then come back periodically for progress updates. However, this happened. I did not only build one, I built several. And these are kind of low effort houses. I didn't put, the vines are going crazy. I didn't put much work into them. The houses themselves, like, they need to look decent, right? But to go for what we're going for here, they don't really need to look super good because you're just going to be walking past them. And I kind of regret putting in all this powdered snow because now I'm falling in and freezing constantly. But this Christmas area is supposed to be less about the appearance of the actual buildings and more of just the feeling you get when you're walking in the alley. So you're walking in here and you have all these houses on the left and I'll put houses on the right. And by the next episode, that'll all be done. But you walk through the alley and you have all the houses over here and it just feels really nice. It feels comfortable. Anyway, with that all done and dusted, that is going to be the end of this episode. I am very eager to get out of the Santa Claus skin because it looks horrendous. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.